How you doing?
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 How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
How you doing? How you doing?
How you doing? So what's going on?
You don't want to know.
And now, Tom Zappala and Mike Lamazzo with the Sicilian Corner.
Mikey boy, how you feeling today?
I'm doing quite well. T,
No,
how
seriously,
about yourself, Tommy?
Let's cut to the chase. How are you feeling? How's your foot?
Healing. I'm doing much better, thank you.
I
had to go to the doctor's Monday, and he was
Mike,
very surprised at how
the
quickly.
birds are nice out there.
The birds are beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't see my squirrels. You know, last week we had a couple of squirrels that were screwing around on the grass, but they're not here today.
Why don't you film something like that? I mean, you know, they have these porn sites, squirrel.porn.
You should see the double flip this guy does.
Stop.
He goes crazy.
Can you please stop? Don't go down that
goes
road.
crazy.
That's vulgar. And by the way, I am convinced that the Cardinal was either my mother-in-law, my mother, never came back and saved our lives from the Yellow Jackets. That's all I'm saying.
You know something? That was a great story.
I'm telling you, man.
That impressed me, man.
David, that is
Really
the weirdest thing, man. I mean, seriously.
That's a good lesson.
It never never came back the day after the exterminator came. The exterminator came in with the headset, the mask, the helmet.
Hi, Peter. Good morning, Peter.
All right, let's bring in. We have a good show today. This is an old dear friend of mine that goes back over 40 years at Austin Prep School for Boys, the greatest prep school in the United States, in my opinion. Better than Lawrence High and better than Central Catholic. But keep in mind that Lawrence High and Central both had infinitely better football teams. And I admit that, Mike. I admit that.
Yeah, but you guys had the choir. The choir was really,
and
that was outstanding.
We had Father Turnbull also. His name was Father Turnbull. You know what his nickname was? What do you think? Swivel nuts. Get it? Turnbull.
No.
Swivel. That was his nickname. Swivel nuts. But anyway,
in a Catholic school?
Absolutely. All right, so we're going to bring in, hi, everyone. Peter, Charlie Moynihan, Claire Moynihan, Nancy, how are you?
Nancy Greco.
Nancy, it's Greco.
That's what I said.
You said Greco. Buddy Greco.
That's what you heard.
Right. Listen.
That's what you heard.
We're going to bring in a very dear friend, Jeff Sarasi, the owner of V. Sarasi and Sons in Boston's North End. Jeffrey, how are you, brother?
Good morning, Tommy. Hi, Mike. How are you?
You know something, guy? I'm doing quite well. And I got to say one thing, Jeff. The years have been very kind to you. It's been a while since I've seen you.
Get out of here. He looks happy.
You look fantastic, man.
He looks half dead.
You look good, kid. You look good.
Oh, what the hell are you talking about? Now, listen, Jeffrey and I go back to Jeff. You were like 3 years behind me at Austin Prep, I think. I was
what class were you, Tommy?
Graduated in 70.
So I was 72. So we were
so you're 2 years behind. But Jeffrey and I played football together.
Yep.
And
you guys had a football team?
Don't go down that road.
What class was it, T?
We were Division 34. Well, let's put it this way.
Jeff, you look like you're a lineman, were you?
He was.
I was.
Okay.
Let's put it this way. We got beat by Nazareth Academy.
Yeah.
And that's a girls' school.
It is.
Don't tell secrets, all right?
No, actually, quite frankly, Jeff, my senior year, we had a good team. We were 3-0, and then Paul Lyman separated his shoulder. And we wound up losing 6 in a row. So we wound up 3-6. Our quarterback, this is how bad our team was, Mike, although we had a really good quarterback. After he separated his shoulder, Larry Clemens, who you knew very well.
Yeah, sure.
Larry had to have tryouts the next day for quarterback because we didn't have a backup.
You had no backup?
No.
Nope. We had no backup quarterback. That's how bad everybody else was. Right, Jeffrey?
You're right. You're right.
But anyway. But let's talk about Sarasi and Sons. A couple of things that I want to preface. Obviously, I did a little homework, Jeffrey. I didn't realize, obviously, your company was started in 1906.
Correct.
But I didn't realize that you were granted the first liquor license in the city of Boston. I never knew that.
Thanks to his father. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, thanks to my grandfather.
Oh, is your grandfather? Who was the lawyer?
I don't know. My brother Rick. My dad was the lawyer.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
What happened was my dad was very dear friends with the Langone family, which I'm sure you've heard.
Sure
If
do.
you know
And
Yeah.
my grandfather's best friend was Mr. Langone, who was also a state senator.
Okay.
And he walked across the street after Prohibition with the license and gave it to my grandfather.
Jesus.
And he didn't use it for a while because in those days, with Prohibition, bootlegging, my grandfather always thought that the liquor business was on the wrong side of the border. So my dad had gone to law school and then he was drafted during the war. He was a contracting officer for Bell Aircraft for the Air Force. When he came home, he was home about 2 weeks, and my grandfather went upstairs like every good Italian to have lunch, went to take a nap, and never woke up.
Wow.
So I never asked my father if he intended to come into the business or not, but his sister was here, and the two of them continued on with the business. And that's when my father really moved forward with the liquor license. And because prior to that, they were basically in the grocery wholesale tobacco business.
Now, Jeff, is that the original location of the
Original
store?
location, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now,
That's got to be one of the oldest businesses in the same building. That's like Pam Dawn and Rumors Post Gazette, Tom.
yeah,
Pam
I mean,
is
There's
the,
in the North End. I bet you're one of the oldest.
we're the oldest retailer in the North.
I figured
Now,
that. Yeah.
for
1906, my grandfather came over in 04. He worked for a year in Grandy's barbershop because they were from the same town. And then he opened up the shop in 1906.
So you're the third generation, then,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
now
That's
for you,
nice.
And
for
second
the-
generation of a sister and brother act. Lisa and
Really?
I have been together now about 45 years. So
Now, for our viewers and listeners, talk about a location. Sarasi and Son is, if you're familiar with the North End,
Quiet Street.
North Square, where the Paul Revere house is,
Right.
at the foot of North Street, correct,
Yep.
Jeff?
yes, right at
Right.
the corner of North and Richmond Street.
What a fantastic location that
Yeah,
is. Just
it is.
a great location.
I love
Jeff-
the neighborhood. It's still
You've been there your whole life,
yes, yeah. I
you
have.
know? Jeff, did you before we get into the nuts and bolts of the business, so did your grandfather live in the North End at the time, or did
He lived above the store.
He did.
He
Wow.
lived above the store. We have some apartments up there, and my grandparents lived in one of them. So yes, he used to just walk down the stairs every morning. Yeah.
That was standard. I mean, on Common Street, Tommy, we had
Yeah.
the same situation.
My grandfather
as
had
well.
a grocery store on the first floor,
and he lived upstairs.
Lived upstairs.
Ray DeFury,
Yeah, same thing.
his grandfather had a story. They lived
a
upstairs.
lot of tradition. A lot of tradition.
We are chatting with Jeff Sarasi from V Sarachi. Jeff, you always say Sarasi. I always called it Sarachi. Is it Sarasi or Sarachi?
No, well, it depends on what part of the ocean you're on. I stopped trying to correct people. So in the U.S., it's Sarasi, and in Italian, it's Chirace. So,
Chirachi. That's correct. And of
that's-
course, Joey Pilati used to call him Jeff Sarace.
Cyrase.
Cyrase.
Do you go back to Italy much? Jeff?
Yeah, naturally, Mike. This past year and a half, I haven't
Hi,
gone
Claire.
anywhere. But yes, we do business in different areas of Italy. I try to visit my producers because of the relationships we have. It's like going home to see family. So I would try to get over there probably at least once a year, sometimes more. I used to go to the largest wine exposition in the world is Vinitaly in Verona. It's every April. I used to go to that every year. And now it's not as much for business as it's business, but
pleasure.
it's also to see family people.
Let me ask you this. Talking about lemons, we're talking about limoncello. Is there anywhere in the world that grows better lemons than Sorrento?
No, not in my opinion.
Not in my opinion either.
We have a lot of competition, both domestically and even imported. and you'll look at these limoncello producers that have come into the U.S. since we started with it. And you turn the bottle around, it says contains yellow dye number 5. They put flavoring in it. They're using lemons, and domestically, we use lemons from California. Listen, there are no lemons that have the characteristics
Absolutely.
that an Amalfitano lemon has. It's
St. Teresa lemons are the best. And plus, Tommy, a real big plus, they have 2 nipples.
Yeah.
Right, Jeff?
That's right. They have. Tommy would love that.
That's great. Hey, shout out to Claire Moynihan, Paul Licciardi, Barbara, of course, Peter. Shout out to everyone. Peter says, as a kid, I used to get my haircuts at Grande Barbershop.
That's the barbershop.
Right.
At the corner of Prince
That's
Street. That's where Peter used to
That's
get his
the only
haircut
place
as a kid.
I would go.
That's
The only
unbelievable.
place. There were 2 brothers.
Wow.
2 brothers.
Tommy doesn't go for a haircut anymore.
Yeah,
He
I
just
have
buffs it. He just buffs it. Right, Tommy?
I do have a question though. I have a question for our viewers. Johnny Savastano texted that his watching the show, he keeps freezing. Let us know if it's happening to everyone. I don't think it is because everybody's watching, and I think it's just Johnny. Johnny, with all due respect, get a new goddamn computer, will you please?
Why do you tell people that?
Well, because, he says it's freezing. It's freezing because he's cheap. He's got a $20 computer. You can't operate like that.
Don't say that about John Savastano.
I know.
No, you should be more like him.
So Jeff,
this guy's still got his Holy Communion money. He hasn't, he never spends it.
Peter Schipatelli,
The best tomatoes in Wyndham.
He's asking, so Dom and Paul were his barbers.
That's exactly. They were 2 brothers, Dom and Paul Grandy.
No kidding. Very,
Exactly
very interesting.
right.
Very interesting. We are chatting with Jeff. All right, let's talk about the limoncello because we're going to talk about the wine and liquors later on. But tell us about the name of the company. You don't happen to have a bottle that you can hold up, do you?
I do.
Yeah, see?
This is our limoncello. It's Sogno di Sorrento, the dreams of Sorrento.
Now, it's your company, correct?
We own the brand. My sister came up with the name, and I found an artisanal small producer. Actually, it's a funny story. My wife is Irish-Lithuanian, and I was at Vin Italy doing a consulting job for a winery, and my wife was getting bored listening to me vacillate, so she went out. She went for a walk. There's pavilions within the show. So she went walking around. I said, I'll be done in about an hour. I said, meet me back here. And it's these huge pavilions that these wineries display all their products in, and you go in and visit. So I was speaking to the owner of the winery, and I came out. My wife was there, and she said, I want you to come and meet someone. And in fact, I was supposed to go that afternoon to a producer that I had made a previous deal with, making a coffee-infused sambuca, but he was a commercial distiller, not an artisanal producer.
Yeah.
And we were signing a contract to do our limoncello. My wife says to me, Jeff, I want you to come and meet these people. They make limoncello. I said, do they speak English? She said, no, but I could just tell did you talk to them? How did you talk to them? She said, no, you got to come and meet them. So we walked to the pavilion. I went inside. I met the 2 boys, and the mother was there. Her name's Tina Russo, and they were charming. And I tasted the limoncello, and Tommy, I flipped out because it was all handmade, artisanal. It was the real deal.
No chemicals, no nothing.
No nothing. So I called Lisa because I was supposed to sign this agreement that afternoon. I said, what do you think I should do? She said, you know what? If you feel that strongly about it, put it off, come home. Let's taste it. We'll talk about it, and you can go back. So I went home. 10 days later, I'm back on a plane. I fly to Verona. I pick up a friend of mine who's Italian, who speaks Italian fluently. We drive back down to the base of the Amalfi Coast to a town called Cava di Terrini, which is a suburb of Salerno, where my grandparents are from. And I meet the father, at that Maurizio and his two sons and the mother and the grandmother. It was, and I knew immediately that this was where I wanted to be. So that's how we started.
Wow.
Um,
Nice story.
and they are truly family to me, and they just do a phenomenal job. Out
So
of
what
all-
do they do then? They ship you. How
So-
often do you bring in product?
About every 2-3 months. Yeah.
Wow.
We bring in a 40-foot container. I mean, it's amazing if you go on our website, vsarasi.com, www.vsarasi.com, and click on Sonia Di Sorrento. We actually have a video that shows them peeling the lemons. I mean, people don't believe me when I say to them,
I watched it this morning.
Okay.
Very, very good.
it takes 10 lemons to make one bottle.
One bottle.
Wow.
One bottle. So,
You know, Jeff, are they organic lemons?
Yeah,
I
well,
know some lemons come with a wax on it.
they're,
You can't
they're-
use that.
They don't use those. That's not existent in Italy.
Okay.
And these are IGP lemons, meaning that they have to come from a specific area of the Amalfi Coast. They don't use any pesticides. The Russo family has had relationships with growers for 50, 60 years. It's not that they're out buying them commercially. And when they will only have them delivered in the afternoon. And then they're delivered in milk crates. I mean, it's crazy to see, but they come in, the like a regular milk crate. They make them sit for 24 hours and rest until they then start the process.
Wow.
And as you see on the video, the gentleman who's peeling the lemons, he literally picks which lemons. If he doesn't like the way it looks, it's not getting peeled. With the blood orange, it's even worse because the skin of a blood orange is much softer than a lemon.
Yeah.
So those are literally peeled by hand by
Wow.
two women. They
I-
sit
I-
in
If
small
memory
period.
if memory serves me right, in Sorrento, the lemons, the skin is extremely thick. Or am I dreaming it? It's been about 25 years since I've been there.
Mike, you first start, if you take your fingernail and you run it
Yeah.
on the skin of a lemon in Amalfi, and then you put it, the smell,
I know.
the oil, because an Amalfitano lemon, it's not like our lemons that if you slice them in half and squeeze them, there's the juice. Amalfitano lemons are dry. The flavor is in the peel. So Italians will slice them and put them on a plate and put a little salt on them and eat them.
Nice.
So they don't have, oh, Tommy, with fish or any.
So Jeff, let me ask you with the limoncello. And by the way, can you stick around with us for another segment after the commercial break?
I would love to.
All right.
Beautiful.
So let's talk about. We've got a few minutes left. We've got about a minute and a half left. So where can people buy the limoncello besides going online and buying it directly from Sarasi and Son? Is it in retail outlets?
It's in retail outlets, and if it's not, please ask them to get it for you. We're statewide in Massachusetts. We're in the state of New Hampshire, Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont. We're in New York, New Jersey, Louisiana. We're hopefully going to be expanding into Florida soon because, especially with all the northerners that go down in the winter, I am constantly getting calls as to where they can find Sonia Di Sorrento.
So you can get it in a liquor store. You can get it in the.
Yes,
What about? Do you guys do business with Total Wine?
yes, we do.
Wow, that's
Yes.
huge.
That's big. That's
That's
big.
very big. All
How
right, we're
about the-
chatting. Go
all
ahead.
right. I just want to ask about the cream limoncello. Do you? What's your choice between? If you had the choice between
we
the
have-
regular,
we have
that's
the
the one I'm
cream.
talking about.
Okay, this is a new flavor which is now taken over sales of cream.
I
It's our
believe it.
cream pistachio.
Oh, are you
Um,
kidding me?
No, and we also
Wow.
have cream melon, and we're coming out. being
Jeff,
introduced
you're
in
killing
about-
me.
Barbara's moving her hands
you
back
are
and forth.
killing
She's
me.
loving it.
In 6 weeks, we're coming out with apple and cream apple, which is made from the Anukia apple in Campania. It's
Oh.
from the Amalfi Coast.
So the pistachio, the cream de pistachio, can you get that anywhere, or is it still limited right now?
No, it should. As I said, Tommy, I couldn't believe it. The past 3 months, that is my number 2 selling flavor is now.
Amazing.
Well, the reason I'm asking is because once every 2 weeks, I'm lazy, so I have all my alcohol, my wine, my liquors, my everything delivered from Total Wine. I use Instacart and they deliver it, so I can buy that online.
You should be able to, yes.
Oh, fantastic! All right, we're going to take a quick break. Jeff Sarasi's in the house. When we come back, we're going to talk about vino. Your selection of vino is absolutely amazing. And
Fruit of the vine.
He's got me hooked because I call Jeff up. Can you send this? We'll talk about it because I've gotten tremendous reviews. Jeff Sarasi's in the house. Hang in there. We're going to be right back.
All right.
Labor Day weekend, it's the 98th annual Feast of the Three Saints in Lawrence. The best Italian food, free parking, and free entertainment. Check out the Italian Cafe and Beer Wine Garden. Saturday night at 6 on the bandstand, Stephen Salvio and the Seabreeze Band. The Feast of the Three Saints, September 4th and 5th in Lawrence. Follow the signs from the Marston Street exit on 495. Platinum sponsor is Tuscan Brands. Gold sponsors are Market Basket, Tripoli Bakery, JG's Ice Cream and Fun Center, Catadella Funeral Home, and Jackson Lumber and Millwork. Visit threesaintsinc.org.
Looking for that something special? All of us here at the Sicilian Corner suggest trying Ristorante Uno, located at 119 Salem Street in Boston's historic North End. For the most exquisite dining experience in an intimate setting that serves authentic regional Italian cuisine and features old country service. Try Ristorante Uno. Did we mention their award-winning wine cellar? Ristorante Uno, 119 Salem Street in Boston's historic North End. Call 617-573-9406 for reservations. That's 617-573-9406. Tell them the boys from the Sicilian Corner sent you.
Today, Lawrence General Hospital has affiliations with leading Boston academic medical centers. Top specialists from Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center and Floating Hospital for Children at Tufts Medical Center work with our local doctors to bring world-class care close to home. Today, amazing partnerships are happening at Lawrence General Hospital. To learn more, visit lawrencegeneral.org/today.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin-crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine is pleased to announce the opening of their American College of Radiology accredited MRI unit at their location at 16 Pelham Road in Salem, New Hampshire. So now, in addition to receiving the best orthopedic care in the Merrimack Valley, as well as physical and occupational therapy at Optima Sports Therapy and Rehab, you can also have your MRI, all in one convenient location. The doctors and staff of Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine have been dedicated to providing outstanding medical care to the Merrimack Valley in southern New Hampshire since 1984. Located on Route 97, just off Exit 2 from Route 93 North, on the second floor of the Workout Club of Salem. You deserve the best care, and that's exactly what you'll get from the board-certified surgeons at Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine. Please call 603-898-2244 to schedule an appointment.
A loyal sponsor for the Sicilian Corner is Hilton Oil Company. Hilton Oil has been located right across from the South Lawrence Common since 1932 at 101 South Union Street. Hilton Oil Company specializes in 24-hour burner service, oil deliveries, including automatic deliveries serving all the Merrimack Valley area, plus portions of southern New Hampshire. If you want your car fixed right the first time, bring it to Hilton's state-of-the-art service station. Remember, Hilton's is also a Mass State inspection station. Hilton Oil Company, 101 South Union Street in Lawrence. Call 978-687-9793.
This is Cindy,
and Mike Kunstler,
owners of Grazie Italian Restaurant in Dracut, Massachusetts,
the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
In addition to spectacular views overlooking our golf course, we have an incredible Italian chef, Benny Curti.
Benny was born and raised in Italy and came to be our executive chef in 2013.
Benny is so passionate about cooking. If you haven't experienced the food at Grazie Italian Restaurant, you're truly in for a treat.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club.
Okay, we are back, and we are chatting with good friend Jeff Sarasi from V. Sarasi and Sons from the North End. Just a phenomenal store.
We had two listeners, Tommy, that are inquiring as to the alcohol content of limoncello. Jeff, could you answer that question?
Yeah, the creams are lower proof. The creams are only 20%, and the regular limoncello is at 27%, so it's 54 proof.
That's still pretty strong. That's pretty cool.
Well, vodka is 80 proof.
Right.
The thing with our product is you have to make sure that before you use it, Tommy, you have to shake it because the lemon oil will separate from the alcohol. So It's important with all of our products that you shake them because they're all natural. There's no stabilizers or color additives in them.
Mike left us for a minute. He'll be right back. Obviously, he must be having some technical difficulties because, again, he lives in God's country, Windham, New Hampshire. They don't even have electricity there. He uses these windmills, but he'll be back. Hey, Jeff, a couple of times I've asked you to ship your unbelievable selection of Italian wines to different people across the country. And every single time, Mikey, welcome back. You okay, Mike?
Yeah, we did pretty good before we got bumped out.
Well, you had to go to the Bakazu.
No. I lost my internet connection, but we've been on longer this time around than usual because it's cloudy, the reception's a little bit better here on beautiful downtown Windham, New Hampshire.
Beautiful, yeah, it's a mecca.
What was the answer to Jeff? What did you say about the alcohol content? I'm sorry about that.
26%.
It's 26.
So it's 54. The
54%.
54 proof. And the creams are less because when you mix them with the cream, the alcohol content is.
I got to get my hands on some of
that. What kind
of
alky do you mix in with the lemon skin?
We use beet alcohol. It's probably the finest alcohol that you can buy.
What is it called? I'm sorry.
It's beets made from beets.
No kidding.
Yes.
Did you know that, Tom?
I did not.
Yes.
Mikey, before after you left, we were chatting about his wine selection, and I was telling the audience that I've used most recently, just a couple of weeks ago, our friend Joe Orlando. We sent him a nice 6 bottles of wine. Jeff, this guy knows his wines. He just raved about them.
I'm happy he was pleased.
Absolutely raved about them. And if you really want to send a special gift, not the Boone's
not
Farm,
run of the mill, not
the Boone's Farm that Mikey drinks, but if you really want to send a really special,
see what I got to put up with, Jeff?
Wine,
good man, Mike.
Sarasi and Sons. I mean, it's just, especially if it's local. The way it's boxed is absolutely magnificent, and it's just a really good quality, a nice quality mix of wines that you put together for me, Jeff. And
thank you, Tom.
The guys down in Florida loved it too, and they're all Italian. So they raved about it.
Jeff, are our passion. Number one, because of our heritage. Number two, was my family's forte. Growing up, so for me, we try to be unique. I don't always buy commercial wines, whether they're from Italy or anywhere. we taste everything before we, before it comes into our shop. And we try to be very selective to give customers quality and value. It's important to us.
Well, you're not going to get, I mean, you go to Sarasi and Son, listen, let's be honest, you're not going to get $2 Chuck. You know what I mean?
No.
You're going to get, you're
It's
going to
not
pay
my
some money.
wheelhouse. It's just
Exactly.
not my wheelhouse.
You're going to
You're
pay.
a class act. That's
You're
why.
you're gonna pay for a very, very, very good quality wine, and there is a big difference. I'm not even a big wine drinker, Mike, but you can tell the difference.
Yeah. Hey, Jeff, something is running through my head, and I know Knott Street pretty well. When the UPS driver pulls up in front of your business to try and get the wine, cases of wine loaded in his truck, where the hell's he park?
It's what you call double parking with the flashers on. That's it.
And blocking everything.
I call it North End parking. That's what we do. That's what we do. So it's the
It's
North
problematic.
End, the North End as well as the rest of the city, Mike. It really, it's you're not going to park easily on Newbury Street.
No, that's true.
So I tell people, this isn't the Burlington Mall. So sorry,
Hey, Jeff. Can you recommend a couple of wines that you carry? Something that's not going to break the bank, but if you had to recommend just a nice couple of Italian reds or Italian whites, I mean, can you recommend for us, for our viewers?
There are some great values now from Italy. Nebbiolos from Piemonte are always a good value. It's like drinking a young Barolo. They can range anywhere from $20 to $30. I just took in a new one. It's called No Name. It's a crazy label, but the wine is excellent. A dear friend of mine, who is the rep for Ithaca Wines, showed me this wine, and when I tasted it, I was shocked. And it's a $25, $30 bottle of wine, but it is exceptional.
That's a red too.
Yeah, it's a red wine. Tuscany, some of these Tuscan blends, things like there's a wine called Brancaia Tre, Tre.
I've seen that.
Excellent value.
I've had some. I had that at one of the restaurants. As a matter of fact, I think it was Fratelli's up at the Encore.
It's a really good restaurant wine, and I'll tell you why. You don't have to let it breathe. You can open it and serve it right away, and it's very drinkable, very friendly wine, very well made from a very good winery. I mean, this company makes wine $75, $100 a bottle as well, but for a good entry level Tuscan wine, it's a great choice.
Tommy, I just want to ask one quick question. For those of us that live in New Hampshire, if we wanted to place an order with you,
right?
You am I understanding you correctly? You can't ship to the state of New Hampshire door to door?
So. I believe so, Mike. We have a list that I'm not sure, but yes, we can. Shipping is not inexpensive because number one, I need to get a signature over the age of 21. I can't just leave it at your door, so someone has to be home. We use 3 and 6 bottle insulated shippers so that there's no concern with the heat or the cold. So it's not an inexpensive proposition. The other thing, I have a lot of customers in New Hampshire and around the state who will be coming in, we'll hold their wine for them here. So I do an email offering a rare wine, for example. And I have customers in New Hampshire that will call me and say, Jeff, I'd like 6 bottles of this Barolo that you're featuring. I'm not coming down for 3 weeks. No problem.
You put it away?
We'll put it away, hold it for them. When they're coming down 93, they give us a call. Jeff, I'll be there in 10 minutes. Call me when you get to the front door. If you can't find a place to park, to come
double park.
Exactly, and we'll take it out to your car. So we do a lot of that. We'll put up orders for people all the time, and especially since COVID, it's become a much more popular thing.
Hey, Jeff, what about liquor? Do you sell liquor?
We have a full range of liquor and probably one of the best rare selections of cordials, single malt scotches, I know I have the largest grappa selection in the country, as well as Amaro. Amaros have become very, very popular, even among young people. And as I'm sure you guys know, Amaros they come from all over Italy. They're a very regional thing. So no matter where you are in Italy, most regions have their own Amaro.
I've never tried that, Mike. Have you?
I have not, but I just heard him say, you mentioned grappa.
Yes.
Boy, I'll tell you, in the last 15 years, grappa has really become refined and smooth.
Well, what happened, it got a bad rap, Mike, for many years.
Years ago, yeah.
Because they were bringing in grappa that was like basically drinking battery acid. I mean, it was terrible. And I've always had a passion for it, and I've always loved grappa. So we started importing grappa from a producer. His name is Roberto Castañer. He's a master distiller. This guy has grappas that are aged 5-10 years in French oak. Oh yeah,
wow.
Yeah. But it's like drinking an XO cognac, Mike. I mean,
I'm sure.
I've never tried that, Mike. I've tried grappa. Never tried it.
My grandfather, Big Mike. Oh, he loved it.
Hey, Jeff. Let's talk about vodkas for a second. First of all, I'm a Tito's drinker, Grey Goose. I like them all. What is your number one selling vodka, out of curiosity, number one? And my second part of the question is, can you recommend a really good quality vodka that maybe no one's ever heard of, or something that's really obscure?
So Tito's, it's an amazing story.
That's what I drink.
It's an amazing story. It's a good quality vodka, especially for the price. Kettle One is another very popular vodka. Grey Goose.
Yay!
I got into the vodka market about 3 years ago. When I went to visit my grappa distiller. He made a vodka out of Prosecco grapes. The grape is called Glera, and I tasted it and went back and we distilled one for myself that goes through 10 plates of distillation, but it's 100% Glera grape. It is not made with any grain. And I got to be honest with you, it's probably the smoothest vodka. I'm going to definitely send you guys a bottle. I want you to try it.
Jeff, does it taste like grape or does it taste like
No,
regular?
no.
I would love to try that.
But Tommy, I am telling you, it is like velvet.
And what's it called?
It's called Vivere.
Vivere vodka. Wow, I got to write this down.
So it's
how is that spelled? V-I-V-E?
Vivere.
Oh,
it's
Vivere vodka. Mike,
it's a very distinct looking bottle.
Yeah, that's what we got to try.
It has a cluster of. We hung my sister wanted to hang a cluster of grapes off of it, so we got a pewter grape cluster hanging off the bottle.
Nice.
Neil DeLuca is asking a question. How about Stoli's?
Stoli is good. I mean, I personally. For the value, I think Tito's is still one of the best.
I agree with that.
You like that, Tommy. You've always liked that.
I've been a Tito's drinker for probably.
And it also
10
depends,
years.
Mike. If you're drinking vodka straight, and you taste Vivere, for example, the difference is night and day in comparison to a lot of other vodka.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But if you're making I tell people, if you're making a mixed drink, when people come in the shop and they'll say, I'm making a Bloody Mary. I want your best vodka.
You don't want to do that.
I don't want to sound like I'm trying to undersell people, but it's a waste for you to put a $40-$50 bottle of vodka in a Bloody Mary because honestly, you're not going to tell the difference.
What I do is when I order my vodka, I'll order like maybe once a month, 4 or 5 different bottles, but I always have a mixer bottle. Like I don't care if it's Absolute. One of those that you can just mix with a Bloody Mary, a vodka and tonic. And then I always have my Tito's. And another vodka that I really like, you may have never heard of it, is called Reyka, R-E-Y-K-A.
We carry it.
It's a very good vodka.
It's from Iceland. It's very good.
Very good vodka.
Very good vodka.
Jeff, we got about 30 seconds left. Why don't you give us your website address, and we want people to go to Sarasi and Sons.
Thank you both very much for your hospitality. It's www.vcirace.com. So it's vcirace.com. We also you can get to my email if you have anything you're looking for, with something unusual. Please don't hesitate to contact us. We special order. I'll try to get whatever I can for you folks. So,
and if you're on a tour of the North End, this is, I'm telling you, this should be part of the tour. If you're walking around the North End,
watch out for the cobblestones. Though.
Websites are great, guys, but my biggest source of advertisement is when people walk into my store.
Exactly, and it's right in the most historic section of the North End, maybe 8-10 doors down from the Paul Revere House, right in North Square.
Please come and visit us. Thank you so much, guys.
Take care,
I really
Jeff,
appreciate it.
Best to the family.
My pleasure, Tommy. Give my love to everyone. Mike, take care. I hope you're feeling better.
I'm doing fantastic.
Oh, stop it. You look half dead. All right, we're going to thank you, Jeff. We're going to take a quick break. We come back. Mike, I got some stuff that's been bothering me. I need to talk to you about. Brad.
Talk to me, my son. Talk to me.
We'll be right back.
Labor Day weekend, it's the 98th annual Feast of the Three Saints in Lawrence. The best Italian food, free parking, and free entertainment. Check out the Italian Cafe and Beer Wine Garden. Saturday night at 6 on the bandstand, Stephen Salvio and the Seabreeze Band. The Feast of the Three Saints, September 4th and 5th in Lawrence. Follow the signs from the Marston Street exit on 495. Platinum sponsor is Tuscan Brands. Gold sponsors are Market Basket, Tripoli Bakery, JG's Ice Cream and Fun Center, Catadella Funeral Home, and Jackson Lumber and Millwork. Visit threesaintsinc.org.
David from the Sicilian Corner. Mike, Tom, and I love to go to Salisbury Beach, but we love different things and we can never agree. Tom likes the casual family-style dining with great Italian cuisine, Capri Seaside Italian Grill. Me, I love the elegant romantic vibe, Sea Glass with the amazing view and terrific menu with prices that'll make it the place you want to visit every week. Mike loves a drink in his hand and a cool ocean breeze right off the surf and the rhythms of an even cooler reggae band. We all know Mike loves Bob Marley tunes at Surfside. Who doesn't love a great show? National acts, comedy, regional favorites, and the beautiful and intimate Blue Ocean Music Hall. Lucky for us, Atlantic Hospitality is the host of all these great places, and they treat everyone like they're Mike Lamazzo. And best of all, we never have to choose. Park the car once and all of this fun is right at your fingertips. We can have it all in the heart of Salisbury Beach. Find out about all the ways you can have a great night at Salisbury Beach at NorthshorePavilion.com. And Mike, Tom, and I will see you there.
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
Hi, this is Mike, and I would like to tell you about the Deborah Care Law Offices, a firm that is focused on estate planning, probate, trust administration, and elder law issues. You will feel comfortable discussing important issues concerning both you and your loved ones, as well as having the information you need to make an informed decision about your family's future. How do I know? Because I'm a client of Dan Deborah Care. If you want to have peace of mind knowing that your loved ones are protected, call Deborah Care Law Offices today. In Massachusetts, 978-686-4645. In New Hampshire, 603-894-4141.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
This is Cindy,
And Mike Kunstler,
owners of Grazie Italian Restaurant in Dracut, Massachusetts.
the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
In addition to spectacular views overlooking our golf course, we have an incredible Italian chef, Benny Curti.
Benny was born and raised in Italy and came to be our executive chef in 2013.
Benny is so passionate about cooking. If you haven't experienced the food at Grazie Italian Restaurant, you're truly in for a treat.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club.
Okay, we are back. Hey, Mikey, I got a special thanks to, and I bust his chops, Roger Trudell.
He's good people,
We're
man.
starting to, Ellen and I are starting to harvest our tomatoes. And the big giant ones, those
Yeah.
are still green. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to show you a couple of these tomatoes. The little cherry tomatoes.
Yep.
We have picked hundreds of them.
Yeah.
Hundreds of them. So thank you there. And then and I don't know what these
There's
are
different
called.
brands. Yeah,
These,
different types, cultivars.
he recommended it when we bought them. So these little tomatoes here, same thing.
Okay.
We've so far we've probably picked about 40 or 50 of these.
Yeah. Wow. You're lucky with all this rain, boy.
I know that. These bad boys, ton of
Yeah.
these.
Not bad.
Now this looks green, and Peter or Roger, I don't even know what the hell it is. But
that's supposed to be like that.
Yes, this is ripe.
That is.
Yeah, and it's soft and it's beautiful. We're going to taste that tonight. And then we have these. I don't know what the hell these are. Too.
Right.
These are ripe too. So, anyways,
you should really start to learn the names of them.
Why? Yeah, I do. This is Fred. Nick.
Where's Mickey? Mickey
Anyway,
there?
we're learning. But thank you, Peter and Roger. But Roger, kind of made some suggestions. Mike,
Peter came over the other day and he brought over a basket of tomatoes.
Listen, I don't care about that. Let's talk about.
Let me tell you. You know what I did, T?
Go ahead.
The big yellow ones. I sliced them. I put them at the bottom, and then I put some extra virgin olive oil over it. He brought some basil. I put mozzarella, and then I topped it off with a big red tomato for the topping of it.
Nice
I made
sandwich.
like Capri salad.
Nice.
I wish you could have seen my brother Bob.
Mikey,
Bobby inhaled them. Inhaled them.
I just nothing. Not that I'm complaining or trying to pick a argument with you, but you got a beautiful antipasto plate delivered to your house that Mr. Letizio. Can you tell us, first of all, what was in it? It looked unbelievable. And number two, how come I didn't get any?
He made homemade capicola. Homemade copa. Once you've had that, you'll never, never, never go back and buy anything else. I mean, it spoils you. But what you would have to charge per pound, because it takes the process of doing it. It takes over 3 months for it to cure. And let me tell you,
I mean, it looked delicious. Absolutely delicious.
Absolutely
So,
incredible.
I mean, you're living the good life right now, Mikey.
I'm very fortunate. I have some very good friends. Very, very, very good friends.
Up in the Wyndham area. Nice
Now,
neighbors.
I had somebody that I consider to be pretty close to.
There we go.
Who was actually right in Salem, David, right on Route 28. And I thought for sure he was going to drop by the house to say hello. So I kind of made sure the house looked good. I made a nice antipasto so you'd have something to eat.
Nice.
You think he went?
He
went 10 minutes out of his way?
I told Tony
hell
Parmesan.
no.
If I may defend myself, if I may, I scooted. I had a 12 o'clock meeting there with then I had to get back here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because I had a 1 o'clock business conference with my wife and our partners out in California.
Okay.
So,
All right.
what do you want from me? Mike, I
Okay.
can only spread myself so thin. But then
No.
you could have mailed me. You could have
I've
mailed
been
me the
I've been home for 3 weeks. Haven't really driven anywhere.
I'll pick you up.
Here I was looking for like a friend of mine to come by and maybe we could.
I'll pick you
break
up.
open a bottle of amaretto or something.
You got a scooter? You got a scooter you're getting around with?
Well, you know something, Roger's sister-in-law brought hers over. So I kneel on it and I bounce up and down the highway.
So
that's how I go to get, not the highway, but my street here.
Well, there's no
that's how I
reason
go
why
to
you
get
can't get
my meal.
There's no reason why you can't get on 93 with that thing.
Yes,
come visit me.
There's a few good reasons. Yeah.
Hey, listen, I got a question for you, though, Mikey. As you know, I have a little gluten intolerance, and I'm on a mission. I eat a good Italian bread every once in a while, but is anybody aware in our audience of a good gluten-free Italian bread? Is there anything? Is there one that exists? I don't know if Tripoli's has. I don't think they do. If anybody knows, can you message me or text me, because I'm really looking for a really good quality gluten-free bread. And by the way, last week Steve Lane is watching. Mike, 2 weeks ago when Steve was
I
on,
love this guy.
I took him over to Borelli's, right? Now, this is Steve Lane from New York, New Orleans, right? He won't shut up. He won't stop talking about Borelli sandwiches. I got him a Sicilian, right? And he's been raving about it. So I'm glad, Steve, all kidding aside, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Donnie Smriglio puts out a great sandwich, and he's a great guy. But, Mike, we haven't had lunch there in a long time, you and I.
No, Tommy, we haven't. And that's by design.
I mean, Rico and I have lunch there quite a bit. Rico loves it.
Well, you know something, you never invite me, and I've paid for the last 5 times, so I refuse to look at my wallet. When you're ready, you let me know.
I have another question. Pasta. I've always wondered this. We went out to eat without you again.
Naturally.
When was it?
It's okay. You can only hear my feelings so many times.
Last Friday night, we went to Molise for dinner with another couple.
Love it there.
And the food was great. But regarding pasta, there are many, many different textures of pasta. We all agree, right?
You're saying texture or ingredient?
Texture.
Okay.
But all pasta tastes the same, correct?
I think so.
I mean, am I wrong?
Tommy, Shaw's puts out what they call their signature brand. That's like their house brand.
Yeah.
They had pasta on sale for 89 cents a pound. Are you kidding?
What was it, spaghetti?
And I can't,
Spaghetti?
It was everything. You had 5 varieties to choose from. And I got some kale. I made some kale. I sauteed it with some Kalamata olives, a little bit of red onion, EVO, and I cut up a couple of Peter's tomatoes, and I poured that over the rigatoni. Let me tell you, kid.
That's what we're having tonight. Ellen is you're
gonna have kale tonight?
No, we're not gonna have kale. We're gonna have pasta with Robbie, and she has some. I got some beautiful sausages from Peter Carboni at Hebrew Beef, and we're gonna cut the sausages up in little pieces, and then we're gonna toss it all in a pan with some pasta. And that's going to be my dinner tonight.
The other thing is, Tommy, you can cut the casing lengthwise and take the meat out.
Yeah, I said that before.
And chop it up.
Yeah,
and
that's
just
a good idea.
Sprinkle it right over, and then get a real good Parmesan Reggiano cheese, and just put that over it. Oh,
that's a good idea. That's a good idea. No, actually,
Let me tell you, brother. Let me tell you.
That's a very good idea. So, Mikey, what is this Najima? I asked you that earlier. You never answered me.
Najima. That's basically Japanese, Tommy, for New Island.
Sorry?
It's Japanese. Translated, it means New Island. And the reason that I was saying that is about 750 miles off the coast of Japan in the Pacific Ocean. There's this undersea volcano that erupted on August 13th. Now, just me saying that makes me wonder, how the hell is that possible? This is under the water, and this volcano erupted. And it erupted with so much force and brought up so much rock and magma that it actually created an island.
Really?
The size of a football field. Now, I can't even imagine that hot molten rock being built up and built up and built up and built up to the length of a football. That's unbelievable.
It is. It really is, actually.
And there is a name for it. It's called Najima. And this has happened 3 times before in that area. And the other 2 times, the islands disappeared with storms. This one here has got a little bit more rock structure to it.
So it may be there permanently?
So it may be there permanently.
Mikey, it's crazy, though, what's going on with these. I know that you're a climate change guy, and you always have been. But, I mean, what's going on with these fires and the rain and the heat and the cold? What's happening, Mikey? Come on, put on your Don Kent hat and tell us.
I think God is very pissed at us.
Oh, okay. That's a different perspective.
I'm really convinced of that.
He's not pissed at us. He's pissed at Biden. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
You know,
all right. I was joking.
Whether you like him or whether you don't like him, whether he puts you to sleep or whether he doesn't put you to sleep, he's our president. So,
And
you
I
know
support
something?
him. I agree.
The majority voted. He got in. So
I
let's
agree.
support him.
Yeah, so we all make mistakes.
You know, I actually like Donald Trump, but I wish he could have learned to keep his mouth
He's
shut.
his own, that guy's
And
his own
he was his
worst
own
enemy.
worst enemy.
Own worst enemy.
That guy, 2 o'clock in the morning, you're texting, you're sending threat letters to empire, to presidents of other countries. What are you, freaking crazy? I mean, come on. I like the fact that he wasn't a political person. It's nice to get some fresh blood. And I got to tell you, under his regime, the stock market was doing absolutely fantastic. Toward the end, when COVID really raised its ugly head, then it got a little shaky. But it wasn't because of him.
Absolutely.
It was because of what was happening throughout the world. And even this new variant that's out there right now, man, I'll tell you. It's
Just a real
scaring
quick
me.
story I want to tell you. David, what do we have for time?
We have 1 minute.
Just real quickly, I went to my doctor's appointments yesterday in Boston for my RA, and I asked him about the booster shot. He said, well, before you have the booster shot, I want you to have the antibody shot to see how much of the antibody is still in your system from the vaccine.
You're serious? Okay.
I'm dead serious. So I had it yesterday, and I got the results last night, and it says that the antibodies in my system are high. So I still have. He says, yeah, then we can wait an extra couple of 3 months to get a booster because I still have. And I got my first shot in January, my second shot in February.
So your 8 months are up?
Yeah, and I still have plenty in me. So,
Well, that's
all
a
right,
good
Mikey
thing.
boy. Listen, I hope you're feeling better.
I'm doing
Special
fine.
thanks
Thank
to-
you. And thanks to everybody that wrote and emailed and whatnot.
Absolutely.
You guys are the greatest. And it really means a lot to me. Thank you.
And special thanks to Jeff Sarasi. Remember, V. Sarasi and such.
Good
Jeff's a
people.
great guy. With
He's
that
good
being said,
people.
Mikey, have a great week. Our viewers and listeners, have a great week. And remember, if you can't make fun of yourself, please don't make fun of anyone.
Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Try to stay dry.
Take care now.
Ciao.
Arrivederci.
Ciao ciao.
Buonanotte. A presto.
Ciao.
C'è una luna menzumata, mamma mia, mamma di dare. Figlia mia, cosa dare, mamma mia, pensate. Mamma la vogliotta che me voglio maritare. Ehi!